Quran Sharif, finish it off on Surah An-Nas. And in Surah An-Nas, Allah Ta'ala gives us the prescription to seek the refuge of Allah Ta'ala, seek refuge in Allah Ta'ala from Shaitaan, who keeps whispering in the hearts of people all kinds of things. الَّذِي يُوَسْوِسُ فِي صُدُورِ النَّاسِ مِنَ الْجِنَّةِ وَالنَّاسِ. These whispers of Shaitaan, these wasawis, this is something we have been already forewarned. That look, this is something Shaitan will keep doing, that's his job. He's got no other work. This is what his job is. So he's going to keep trying to whisper things in the heart of a person. How does he handle it from there? That is either something that will become a means of his progress, or that itself might become a problem for him. The waswasa coming in his mind, in his heart, is not in his control, and something that is not in his control, he won't be accountable for that. But something that is in his control is how he handles it from the point it came in involuntarily. Many people get very, very disturbed and very concerned and very perplexed by this, that how do I handle this, what's going on? The example of this is like firewood. A person takes that firewood and he puts it into that furnace or that fire itself. That will become a source of great benefit for him, because it will now burn, the fire will be continue to be lit with that. Somebody might be able to use that for heating, somebody would use it for cooking, somebody would use it for whatever. That firewood became beneficial for him because he used it correctly. But he takes that firewood and keeps loading it on his head. Then barely a few of those logs will come on his head and he'll already be in pain, and few more he'll collapse under the weight. So likewise, when these wasawis come, if a person engages his heart correctly, immediately turns his attention to Allah Ta'ala, makes istighfar, and he re-engages his mind, then this itself has become a means of that firewood, which will now, this is the firewood which he has burnt up because he redirected it, he turned his attention to Allah Ta'ala. He did not just go with that flow of that waswasa. That now will kindle the fire of Iman in his heart. That will light up the nur of Iman. Like that fire brought about a light, this will light up the nur of Iman in his heart. But the very necessary thing is that he must engage his mind and heart correctly at that moment. In Hadith Sharif, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says a person sometimes might get even wasawis of various things in his mind, even Allah forbid things that might shake his Iman, outwardly seeming that this is something that has harmed his Iman. But if he engages his heart correctly at that time, Amantu billahi wa rusulihi, that he engages in mind in this dua, that I have brought Iman in Allah and His messengers, meaning I don't need to get into any proofs of any sort. I bring Iman in Allah and all His messengers and whatever they brought to us, without needing to go into any details of that. This itself will dispel all these wasawis and thoughts. In another dua that has been taught, Allahumma ij'al wasawisa qalbi khashyataka wa zikrak. Ya Allah, the wasawis and the whispers that come in my heart, convert it. Now, this is that conversion we are being taught. If a person converts it correctly, it has become he has made it a useful thing for himself. It was a harmful thing, but he has turned that harmful thing into a beneficial thing. Allah, you make the wasawis of the heart a means of your fear and a means of your remembrance. Now, that triggered a thought, and he immediately turned his heart to Allah Ta'ala. He started making some zikr, he started making istighfar. This which Shaitan tried to distract him with, he turned it into a means of getting closer to Allah Ta'ala. It's up to what he does with it. So either it can become harmful for him, or he can convert it into something beneficial for him. So this is Shaitan's full-time effort to try and distract the person. But if we learn to engage our hearts correctly, then this effort of Shaitan will be of no benefit to him. Rather, we will convert it to our benefit. So not that a person just goes with whatever comes in his mind and heart, just anything, he's just going with the flow, getting washed with the flood waters of that wasawis. He needs to be conscious, and إِنَّ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا إِذَا مَسَّهُمْ طَائِفٌ مِّنَ الشَّيْطَانِ تَذَكَّرُوا فَإِذَا هُمْ مُبْصِرُونَ. Shaitan's whispers come, they turn to Allah Ta'ala's remembrance. Allah Ta'ala then opens their hearts out. Allah Ta'ala give us.